Who is this person?
Ronjan.
Okay, I don't know whether you have to memorize his name or not, but it's good for you to know. This is Willem Ronjan. Okay, he is a German. Okay, he comes from Germany. He found X-ray accidentally, kan? He found X-ray accidentally. And this is, who is this lady? Anyone knows?
Mary Curie.
Curie. Yes, this is Marie Curie. Okay, so Marie Curie, she died at a quite young age, 67, but not that young. He died because of prolonged exposure to gamma rays. So everyone was excited when William ni found X-ray. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Sorry tadi. Shall we continue? Ada orang ke tak ni ya? La ilaha illallah Rasulullah. Allahumma rabb hadhihi wa tammati wa salatul qa'imah. Nabi Sayyidina Muhammad. Amboi, cikgu tidur. Sabar je dia. Okay. Sorry, X-ray. Okay, they use it for medical purposes. And then suddenly and then they found out the X-ray is harmful. Okay, so it is quite harmful, right? Okay. Now this is, what is his name? So this is Anthony Henry Becquerel. Becquerel. So nama ni penting lah for you to know. So Becquerel. Can you see what I write? Nampak?
Nampak.
Okay. Alright. So he is a French physicist. Okay, discover radioactivity, and Becquerel found radioactive. So just now William found out about X-ray, and then this one, Anthony Henry Becquerel, found radioactive compound. So the radioactive compound found is uranium. Okay, and again, this one is unintentional, accidentally found. Okay, Nobel Prize. Okay, for this finding. So this one, what is important in this diagram here down here? Ni So this is what he found. Okay, blackened photographic plate. So this one, rays emitted from nucleus of uranium. So this is uranium. Okay, so we get alpha particle radiation. Okay, any question up to this point?
No.
Okay, no question. Alright, if you have question, you can always ask ya. Tolong stopkan saya because I cannot, right now I cannot see your chat punya tab tu. Saya tak nampak. Saya tutup sekejap. So this one is Marie Curie again with her husband and her daughter. Okay, both of them, Mary and Pierre Curie, they are from Poland, and they detected something. So they found about polonium and radium. Okay, so what's radium? Okay, so radium is an unstable nucleus. Okay, unstable nucleus, and then it emits. So radium emits. Okay, dia menghasilkan, dia mengeluarkan, radiates apa? Gamma ray. It emits gamma rays to become more stable. So less stable, in order to become more stable, it emits gamma rays. Okay. Now, so what is radioactivity? So you have So you have watched this one. So if you look at this unstable nuclei. Okay, bila satu kita panggil nuclei unstable. Okay, there is force. Ada force. And that force causes the unstable nuclei to emit radioactive radioactive, what do you call? Radioactive emissions. Okay. So the emission can be alpha, beta ataupun gamma. So what is radioactivity? So this is the definition of radioactivity. Okay. So radioactivity is a process. Okay, it is a process. So if someone asks you, what is radioactivity? It is a process. Proses apa? Process of unstable nucleus become stable. How they become stable? By emitting radioactive radiation. But you must mention also the process is random and spontaneous. Okay? Now, when this process happens, they emit radioactive radiation. So what is the radioactive radiation? So there are three radiations that we have. First is alpha particle radiation, or sometimes we call alpha radiation. And this is the symbol. Okay, this is how you write alpha. Okay. And then we have beta particle, or we call beta radiation. And then we have gamma ray. And please notice that, please make sure, okay, this one we call particle, alpha particle, beta particle. But for gamma, we don't call it as particle. It is not a particle. Gamma is just a ray. What is that? It's just a wave. Okay, so it's a wave. So symbol ni, how do you write that symbol? Like this. Lagging tak saya punya writing?
Lagging sikit.
Oh ya ke? Okay. Right. So now you look at this diagram here. Okay. So that is an example of, what do you think? Is that alpha particle emission, but alpha radiation, beta radiation, or gamma radiation? This diagram.
Alpha?
Any idea? Bas. Ni. Can you see the diagram in the slide?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think? Is that an alpha radiation or beta radiation or gamma ray radiation?
Alpha radiation.
Okay, why is that?
No, don't know.
Betul lah, alpha radiation.
Because I see alpha particle.
Confident lah sikit. Betul boy. Okay, what's your name?
Akmal.
Akmal. Okay, congratulations Akmal. So
Yeah.
Akmal, nanti claim hadiah ya Akmal. Okay, Akmal, kenapa alpha particle? How
Because
do you
I
know?
see on the diagram it say alpha particle.
Yeah, betul. That's why. Okay, well done. Okay, well done. Now, so you know how, if you want to know whether we have alpha radiation or beta radiation, or is it gamma radiation, you look at what is emitted. Apa yang dihasilkan ni? Okay, so here, okay, to become stable, the uranium emits, okay, keluarkan alpha particle, and now uranium becomes thorium. Understand? Okay, so apa yang terhasil tu, yang terhasil adalah alpha particle. Therefore, since alpha particle is emitted, so this is alpha radiation. Okay. Now, if you look at this diagram, sekarang dah slide baru. Can you see the slide?
Yes.
Okay, now the slide, we have 3 different examples, okay, of radioactive radiation. So the first one is the alpha radiation. The second one is beta radiation. And the third one is the gamma radiation. So you need to understand this one. Uranium 238 becomes thorium 234. Okay, so now look at this one, this symbol. Okay, so one is proton, one is neutron. So how many protons do we have?
92.
92 proton. Okay, we are looking at diagram number 1, yeah. Okay, so we have 92 protons. How many neutrons?
146.
Exactly, 146. It's already written there kan? Nampak kat situ. Now, from uranium, when it becomes thorium, now how much proton do we have?
90. 90.
Now we are left with 90 protons only. Mana pergi lagi 2? So this one 2. So actually we can make an equation here. Apa equation dia? So we have 92 proton before it decays. After it decays, we have 90 protons at the thorium plus 2 protons at the helium.
Helium nucleus.
So 90 plus 2 equals to 92. So we have, if before and after, the number of protons is the same. So that's how you can get. So let's say the question asks you, what is the, let's say sini X kan? Kat sini dia kata dia X. Nampak tak saya tulis X kat situ? Nampak tak on your screen?
Nampak.
Okay, so kalau ada soalan, the question asks you, what is the proton number of thorium? What is the proton number of thorium? Berapa proton number dia? So you can put X here plus 2 and you can use your mathematical skill to get what is X. So X equals to 92 minus 2, which is 90. So that is very easy. Okay, and then you need to know also, alpha particle has its own name, another name. Okay, sometimes we call it alpha particles, sometimes we call it helium nucleus. Okay, so alpha particle is actually a nucleus and the name is helium. And from here, you know that, okay, helium has 2 protons. How many nucleons? Do you know what is nucleon?
No.
You don't know?
No.
You don't know?
No.
No, you don't, or yes, you know?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Oh, you haven't learned about proton yet, yeah? Oh, belum belajar eh? Okay, so for your information, if we have an atom, so let's say we have atom A. So the symbol, we write the symbol of atom A as Z and okay lah, saya buat simbol lain lah, eraser. Okay, let's say we have symbol, okay, X lah. Kita ada nucleus X. Okay, do you know what nucleus is? Contoh nucleus ialah uranium ke, thorium ke, protactinium, cobalt, tu adalah nucleus. Understand? Helium pun is a nucleus. So for this nucleus has proton and nucleon. So this one nucleon. Okay, this one proton. Okay, nucleon ni, what is nucleon? So nucleon is actually the total number of proton, right? Proton plus
Nucleon.
neutron.
Neutron.
Bukan nutrien sayang. Proton. Neutron. Bukan neutron. Neutron. Gitu. So, proton plus neutron equals to nucleon.
Yeah.
Okay. So, helium. So, this is symbol for helium lah. Helium has 2 protons. How many nucleons? How
2.
many nucleons helium has then?
1.
2.
How
Oh,
many
2.
protons? 2. Kalau
2.
nucleon? Berapa nucleon helium?
1 ke?
Nucleon is proton plus neutron. Nampak tak saya tulis ni?
Nampak?
Formula ni saya nampak tak saya tulis formula proton plus neutron?
Nampak?
Okey, proton plus neutron maksudnya apa? Tambah kan? Okey. So bila tambah, what is proton? What is helium's punya proton? How many?
2.
2. What is how many neutrons? How many neutrons helium has?
2.
2. Jadi what is the nucleon of helium?
4.
4.
4 lah. Pandai. Okay. So this is the symbol for helium. Ini simbol helium. Okay, what is helium? Helium adalah nama lain bagi alpha particle. Sometimes we call it alpha particle, sometimes we call it helium nucleus. Okay, any question? Understand?
Yes.
So this one is the way you write the symbol. So this is helium and the symbol. So 4 tu apa? Nucleon. 2 tu apa? Proton. Okay, how do you get 4? Proton plus neutron. Okay, and then this one, look at decay of thorium. So this is beta radiation. So beta radiation, so the example we have thorium. So we have thorium. So the thorium becomes practinium. Okay, now let's look at the number of protons. How many protons thorium has? 9?
91.
9. Thorium.
90.
90. Okay, so kita buat equation. Sebelum dan selepas sama. 90 sepatutnya equals to? What is the number here?
Equals to X plus 91.
Okay. Wait. Okay. No, you just take this number. Tadi kan saya buat yang ni 92. 92 equals to 90 plus 2. Where do I get 90?
From thorium.
From thorium. Where do I get 2?
From helium nucleus.
From helium. So for this one, what about this one? 90 equals to?
91 plus electron.
91. Very good. Plus? You don't know. Electron kan? Letak X dekat situ. So what is the value of X, class?
1.
Is it 1?
Or 0. Entahlah.
Is it 0?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So X equals to negative 1. So how many protons do electron has?
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Jadi the symbol of electron is this one. Negative 1. Understand?
Understand?
So we write here negative 1.
Yes.
The proton dia bukan kosong. Negative 1. Understand? Next. Now,
Understand.
what do you think of its neutron? Jadi kita tengok guys. Tengah semayang ke?
144.
Siapa yang tengah semayang?
Belum.
Family awak tengah semayang jemaah ke? Kalau macam tu awak join lah. Nanti tengok recording. Macam ada orang semayang je kat bilik tu. Okay, so what is the nucleon? So the nucleon is 0. Okay. Nucleon 0 but neutron dia berapa?
Neutron dia 1.
You sure?
Negative 1.
Okay. 144.
143 minus 1.
143 minus. Okay. So sekarang ni, what about this one? This one pun sama lah Proton, 27 protons. Okay, and then this one, 27 proton. The same. So, what do you think?
Zero.
Gamma has proton or not? Yes,
No,
0.
zero.
Yeah, dia jadi 0. Now, look at neutrons, 33 and 33. So, what do you think the neutrons of gamma?
Zero.
0 also. So, now you know, gamma ray has no mass number. Okay, so actually gamma ray is not a particle. Dia bukan benda. Faham tak? Gamma ray is not a thing. It's not a matter. Dia bukan barang ataupun benda yang boleh dipegang. Do you understand?
So cikgu,
So,
gamma
Yeah.
ray ni dia memang kosong lah. Dia tak ada value lain lah.
Dia tak ada value lain because it's not a thing. So sebenarnya for your information, this value here, okay, kenapa kita ada 4 ni? Kenapa tak ada nak gambar? Ni, nampak tak saya tengah lorek-lorek number 4 ni?
Nampak?
This one we call is mass number. Do you know what is mass?
Yes, it's a waste.
Okay, mass number tu ada GRIM lah, GSIM dia. So sekarang ni, dia kalau mass dia kosong, gamma ni kosong, maksudnya apa? Dia has no mass. Apa maksud bila barang tu no mass? Maksudnya barang tu tak ada, dia bukan barang. Okay? Dia bukan benda. It's not a particle. It's just a wave. So gamma ray ni is just a wave. Awak nampak ke saya?
Nampak? Tak.
Okay. Okay, so gamma ray is just a wave, alright. So cobalt 60 nucleus of cobalt is less stable. Alright, okay. Okay, any more questions?
No.
No. And then you just need to know lah, okay. Cobalt 60 is less stable. Now, it becomes more stable when it emits gamma ray. Tahu perkataan emits tu saya guna perkataan emits. Emitted. Okay. Alright. So units of radioactivity. So when we talk about physics, about science, okay, usually when we have physical quantity, we must have unit. Okay. For example, length kan, macam panjang. What is the unit for untuk panjang?
cm.
Okay, cm. SI unit for length. Krik. Length. The SI unit apa?
L.
Meter kan. L tu adalah dia punya simbol ni simbol dia kan. Meter ni unit dia. Tapi meter tu it has its own symbol M. Faham tak ni?
Faham.
Do you know what is symbol? Yang L tu symbol untuk perkataan L tu length. Length ni apa? Length ni physical quantity. Okay, now for radioactivity also we have units. So what is the unit of radioactivity? There are 2 units. Okay, we have 1 Curie. Okay, and number 2 Becquerel. Ni nama orang tu lah kan, Becquerel. Okay, but when you write it Becquerel, make sure you use small letter b because we are not mentioning the name. K ni bukan nama orang. Okay. So guna small letter. And then Curie ni pun kita guna small letter. Okay. And then you can also use symbol. So this is the symbol for Curie. Curie is CI. And then Becquerel, the symbol is BQ. So you need to know lah. So Becquerel and CI. How do you relate CI and Becquerel? So so for Curie ni is the first unit of radioactivity. Okay. Now what is CI? The rate of unstable nuclei decay is measured in Curie. Rate of unstable nuclei. Okay. So now one CI, one Curie is equal to 3.7 times 10 to the power of 10 decays per second. Maksudnya dalam masa 1 saat, this one is the number of decay. Okay. Now, what is 1 becquerel? 1 becquerel is 1 decay
Per second.
per second. Okay, so that is ni. Okay, what is the difference? So becquerel is the SI unit. Okay, and 1 becquerel equals to 1 decay per second. 1 CI, what is 1 Curie? 1 Curie is the rate of unstable nuclei decay. Alright. Next, okay, so for the last time today, we are going to talk about half-life quickly. Okay, so what is half-life? So this is the definition of half-life. Okay, so half-life, what's the definition? So kalau tadi radioactivity tu apa? Radioactivity is a process of unstable nuclei become stable and they emits radiation. Okay, so half-life is a time. Time apa? Time taken. By siapa? Masa untuk apa? Masa untuk apa? For the number of... Okay, very good. Undecayed nuclei to be reduced to half. Become half of its original number. Apa tu? Do you understand that?
Sikit.
Okay, now let's look at the figure 8.3 here, down here, yeah. The graphic description of the situation. Katalah saya ada pizza. I have one whole pizza. Saya tak bagi orang lain lagi. So, saya dapat satu bulatan. Nampak tak?
Nampak?
Okay. Now, let's say I give my pizza, half of them I give to someone. Okay, so bila saya bagi someone, how many left? I left with.
Half.
I have another half. So half is what I have. And another half is what I have given. Okay. So kat sini awak tengok undecayed, decayed. What is undecayed?
Tak mereput.
Maksudnya masih ada lah. Okay. I still have half. I still have this one. But yang dot tu, I have given to someone else. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now I have half of the pizza. And then saya nampak lagi orang nak makan. Oh, baiknya saya kan. So I give another half of what I have. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so katalah saya dah tak ada dah ni. So I just have half tu, yang pink tu. And then suddenly someone come to me, please saya nak makan juga. Oh, saya pun what I do? What I have tu, apa yang saya ada, I bagi lagi separuh daripada apa yang I ada. Okay, so half of it. So that means now I have only 1/4 of the original. I have only 1/4 from the original. 3/4 have been given to someone else. Kan? Decayed already. Ni. Okay, next. Tiba-tiba ada lagi orang datang. Saya tinggal ni je ada lagi orang nak. What do I do?
Cikgu pun bagi.
Bagi lagi.
Bagilah lagi. Jadilah macam saya. Baik kan? So, 1/4 bahagi lagi 1/2. Berapa yang tinggal? Jadi tinggallah 1/8. Okey, so awak boleh dapat dalam bentuk pecahan. Katalah saya buat dalam bentuk peratus. Okey, in percentage. So now I have how many percent?
100.
100%. So now after I give someone half, what have I left?
50%.
50%. And then 50% tu ada orang nak lagi, saya bahagi 2, 50% tu how many I left with?
25.
25%. Suddenly ada lagi orang nak lagi, how many will I left? Bahagi lagi 2. Berapa tinggal? 12.5%. So it's either way. You can write in kalau soalan lah ni kan. If the question you may answer in fraction, you may answer in apa tu? What do you say? In apa tu? Allah. In percentage. Okay, yang ni kita bahagi dulu lah. Maksudnya awak tahu lah macam saya dapat ni. Saya dapat ni because I divide by 2. Okay, this one I divide by 2 dapat. Okay, or you can always write this one. Katalah saya ada satu pizza. Tak dengar dah? Hello?
Tak dengar.
Dengar.
Cikgu tak dengar.
Sekarang?
Dengar.
Okay, alright. Sekarang ni, okay, kita boleh buat bentuk percent or we can write number 1. Okay, and then 1, half of 1, kita tinggal half.
Zero.
Okay, 0.5. Or you can write like that lah, 0.25, 0.125. Okay. Any question?
No.
So you need to understand this one, Okay, and before I go to the next slide, what is the time now? Dah habis masa kan? Okay, so what is the SI unit for half-life?
T.
T1/2.
T1/2.
Unit. This one is not unit. Ingat tak saya cakap tadi tentang simbol?
Ingat.
So, T half is symbol for the word half-life. Faham tak? So what is the unit? What is half-life? It's time kan? Time taken. So what is the unit for time taken? So what's the unit for time taken? Time ada unit tak?
Ada.
What is the SI unit for time?
Minutes.
Second. Okay, very good. Second. So, yes, second is the SI unit for time. Jadi, since half-life is about time, jadi SI unit for half-life is?
BQ over S.
Is second lah. Sebab half-life tu apa? It's time. So what is the SI unit for time? Second. Understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay, don't confuse This one is just the symbol for the word half-life. Okay.
Okay,
Good. Now we have an example. Who can answer? Boleh claim hadiah. Claim dengan mak ayah awak. Okay. Tak boleh nak bagi kan? Example. Can you see the question?
Yes.
Okay. From protactinium-234 decays to uranium-234 with half-life of 5.2 hours. Calculate the mass of Pa after 20.8 hours with its original mass 80 gram. Okay, so 80 grams tu original mass siapa?
Uranium.
Okay, try lagi. Okay, tak apa. Terima kasih mencuba. 80 grams tu mass untuk siapa? Siapa punya mass? Original mass siapa? Siapa yang original sekarang? Yeah, so protactinium ni original dia. Okay, so the mass is 80 grams. So kita boleh buat chemistry punya equation. Macam mana? Kan dia bagi simbol tu kan. So you can write. So first we have Pa234. Okay, and Pa234 becomes apa?
Protactinium.
Becomes uranium 234. Okay. Sekarang ni berapa tempoh masa daripada protective PA jadi U, berapa lama dia jadi PA jadi U?
5.2 hours.
Are you sure? Diam. Okay. PA jadi U. Okay, tak tahu kan? Sekarang ni 5.2 hours tu apa? Okay, tak apa. Kejap 5.2 hours. What is this? This is half-life. Jadi, ingat tak tadi kita buat? Sekarang the question asks you, what is the mass after 20.8 hours? What is the mass after 20.8 hours? So, you should write this one. Do you understand this one? Okay. So, originally we have 80 grams PA. And then half of 80 grams berapa? Half of 80 grams is 40. Kan? Okay, half of 40? 20 grams. Okay, half of 10 grams? Half of 20 is 10. Half of 10 is 5. Jadi, okay, how do I know where to stop? Macam mana saya nak tahu? Okay, kalau tengok balik ni. Okay, so how do you do? Okay, macam mana awak nak tahu stop dekat mana? Okay, kita start dengan 80 grams. We have 80 grams. Saya nak buat dekat tempat lain juga. Okay, kita start dengan 80 grams. Okay, so 80 grams tu kita, okay, sekarang ni dia kata calculate the mass after 20.8 hours. Jadi awak nak tahu bila awak nak stop. So 20.8 hours divide, berapa half-life dia?
Dia punya half-life 20.8.
Sayang, tengok ada dekat sini sayang. Dia bagi tahu what is half-life.
5.2.
So divide by 5.2 hours. Berapa awak dapat?
Dapat 4.
4 tu apa? 4 times. So ini awak kira number of times. Okay, 4 kali. 4 kali apa? 80 jadi berapa?
40.
80 jadi 40. Awak kan tahu kenapa 40 kan? 40 jadi berapa?
20.
20. Sekarang kalau buat macam ni, kita nak tahu lepas tu nak buat sampai bila ni? Buat 4 kali lah. 1 kali. 2 kali. Ni 3 kali. Okey, 3 kali dia jadi berapa?
10.
Dia jadi half lagi kan?
10.
Lepas tu kita kata nak buat 4 kali ni baru 3. And then the 4th time. Berapa? 5 grams. So dapatlah 4 kali half-life. 4 kali cycle. 4 kali dibagi orang. Gitulah. Understand? Jadi so awak dapatlah macam tu. Dia start daripada 0 hours. The total dia 20.8 hours. Kenapa? Sebab setiap ni, every this one takes This one takes 5.2 plus 5.2 plus 5.2 plus 5.2. Okay? So berapa, what is the, calculate the mass left. Berapa mass yang tinggal? Jawapan dia 5 grams. Siapa tak faham? Ramai tak faham ni kot. Okay. Okay, if you don't understand, you can ask me again. Okay. And you can, I will post this slide to you. You can refer back and try again. Okay, I have other questions later. Nanti kita akan tengok. So for today, itu sahaja dulu. Alright? Okay, kelas?
Okay.
Alright, so dah masa Zohor dah panjang dah ni. So recap balik what you learn today. So we learn about the discovery of radioactivity, kan? Okay, and then we know the radioactivity is not on, it is benefit. We have a lot of benefit from radioactivity punya findings ni. However, we have to be very careful because there are negative side effects. Okay. Ada exposure yang too high. Alright, so back to this question just now. Right, apa soalan tadi? How do we protect ourselves from these gamma rays? Can the UV umbrella protect our body from gamma rays? Masih tak terjawab. So kita akan jawab lagi, okay, in next class.